Hello everybody and welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. Let's get into it. There's been a lot of excitement around Wuthering Waves. I know, I've been on that hype train for a while now. Full steam ahead, baby, choo choo! But I wanted to talk a little bit about why I think Wuthering Waves goes beyond the hype and I am confident in the game that's coming. And this confidence goes beyond, wow, look at all these cute anime girls, I'm so excited to spend $100 on PNGs. No, this is real, tangible evidence as to why I think Wuthering Waves is going to be an awesome game. But before we get into that, everybody, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. It always helps support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate that right now. Thank you so much. So here are the three main reasons why I'm confident in Wuthering Waves. Now, the first reason why I'm confident in Wuthering Waves is Kuro Games has a proven track record. For those of you that don't know, Wuthering Waves is made by Kuro Games, the same developer as Punishing Gray Raven. Punishing Gray Raven is an action RPG that has some of the most polished combat that I have ever played in a mobile game. It's optimized well, it's flashy, it's fun, and I really enjoy the game. Like, you know that tagline often used for mobile games where it's like the playable animation or play the animation, trying to insinuate that playing the game is as good as watching an anime or simulating the combat that you would get in some kind of anime. Punishing Gray Raven actually does that. Like, it's not like some other crappy mobile game that markets the world to you and then you actually download the game and realize it's another crappy match 3 game like frickin' Candy Crush. Like, it's the real deal. Like, if you're not convinced, just look up some of the gameplay from that game, or better yet, go look at some of the other videos on my channel where I actually play it. Like, it's awesome. My point being with bringing this up is that Kuro knows how to do combat, and from everything that we've seen in the technical tests in the CBT, that they're bringing that combat to an open world setting. So there's not a doubt in my mind that the game is going to be very polished on a combat level. The second reason why I'm pretty confident in this game is Kuro Games has proven themselves to be a fairly good faith actor within the community. Look, this is something that can always change, but there are many developers that metaphorically tell their players that they can go suck it. And that can be done through either not taking any feedback from the community or implementing business practices that are just downright scummy. From what we've seen from Kuro so far is that they've been fairly open, honest, and receptive to feedback with their games. A perfect example of a good faith action literally just took place recently. So if you didn't get a chance to see it recently, the Punishing Gray Raven YouTube channel uploaded a video called The Secrets of Babylonia. This video apparently had art that was stolen from an artist and used in the video without permission. This video was produced by another company for Kuro Games to publish. Now, when there was an outcry from the community, when people found out about this, Kuro Games reached out to the production company, confirmed whether the art was original or they collaborated with the artist on the project, found out that they didn't, and then went and took the video down right away, contacted the artist directly, and apologized. The art that was allegedly stolen was not Kuro Games' fault. That was the problem of the other company who created the video. And yet Kuro Games still took it upon themselves to take the content down. They very easily could have passed the buck to this production company saying, well, it's their fault, we paid for the product, and then just leave it and move on. But they didn't. They took the content down. They actively removed their own catalog of content just to make the situation right. Now, I understand you could look at this in a more cynical way and say, well, yeah, they're just trying to cover their butts. And sure, you know, that's fair. Companies do want to protect their own PR. But I'm looking at this right now and I see it as a fairly good faith action, and it was a responsible way to deal with it. From as far as we know, Kuro Games didn't know that the art was stolen. They found out, they removed it, and they tried to set things right as best as they could. That seems like a pretty good faith action to me. One additional note I want to make from a gameplay perspective, also using Punishing Gray Raven as well, is in a gacha game, power creep is a very easy thing that can come through. And don't get me wrong, there's power creep in Punishing Gray Raven. But Kuro Games also has not just left all of their old character designs. Even now on the CN server, they're still rolling out new reworks for old characters to still keep them relevant in the newer content. There's not a lot of games that do that because there's not a huge financial incentive to do that. Most of the game in gacha games comes from rolling on new units or spending money on new content or items in the game, not reworking old ones. So that's another business practice that I just see that as a good faith thing. And it's something I really hope they keep up with Wuthering Waves. I know Wuthering Waves and Punishing Gray Raven are two different games, and so we will need to see how Wuthering Waves stands on its own. But again, we're just looking at track record here and good faith actions, and that's two confident things from me. Another reason I'm confident in Wuthering Waves is I think it's going to be free-to-play friendly. Look, I'm not going to try and defend gacha game monetization. A gacha game is a gacha game is a gacha game. It is what it is. But I want to define free-to-play friendly for a moment because that can mean something different to a lot of people. For me, free-to-play friendly means a game that you can complete all of the content in the game using characters that you get for free through gameplay. Also, in the context of a game like this, I would add the specific caveat that it also gives you the ability to get new characters in the game by grinding out gameplay in the game. The reason why I add that in is because character variety is huge in a game like this, and it is one of the big appeals to playing it. So if you can't get good character variety, I don't really count that as free-to-play friendly. We're getting deeper into speculation again, but I want to use Punishing Gray Raven as the benchmark, and I'm really hoping that Wuthering Waves brings on the Punishing Gray Raven premium currency economy that they have within the game. Right now within the game, with the characters that you get, and you can really get from free currency, you can clear all of the content in Punishing Gray Raven. And by clear, I mean you can at the very least experience all of it. To get all of the weekly premium currency from your daily logins and from the weekly challenges, it is not difficult to do. I can usually have most of the premium currency unlocked by the 4th day of the week because there are a few time-gated pieces. It's not hard at all. And the current premium currency economy for the game is that if you're saving up between characters, you can get all the new characters as they're released in the game. So if Wuthering Waves adopts this release cycle as well, and if you start at launch, I don't think you'll have any issue getting any of the new characters within the game at launch. That's huge. There's almost no other gacha that I have played that you can get every new character as they come out. Usually there's not enough free currency in the game to make that happen. I think the only other game that I've played recently where you can guarantee getting a new character every single time they come out was like Eversoul. And even then it technically wasn't even guaranteed, but as far as pities go, it was way easier to hit the pity to get the new characters as they come out. And I do just want to reinforce, we still don't have confirmation on Wuthering Waves' gacha system, what the rates are going to be like, how easy it is to get the currency. But that's why we're just using the track record of Punishing Gray Raven. And if they match that, I would consider that super free to play friendly. One thing I want to make sure I'm not misunderstood on when I'm talking about how it's easy to clear the content, I don't mean that Punishing Gray Raven is easy. I mean, it's easy to get the premium currency and to at least experience all of the content. But there's a lot of content that has higher difficulties to it that even after playing for months, I still have not gotten to the highest difficulty on. So I think because of that, there's going to be some really good challenge for new players, and I think it is going to be really helpful for the long-term health of the game. But I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't think I was saying Punishing Gray Raven is easy. It's not. I am riddled with skill issues. The last thing I just wanted to specifically mention as well for the A rank units in Punishing Gray Raven, they're like the 4-star characters for any Genshin players out there who are watching this. When you're pulling on banners, you can select the A rank unit that you want to be priority when you're pulling. This makes getting the A rank units incredibly easy, especially because after that you can then farm the additional shards for those characters to progress them further for free, just through time. That's awesome, because especially if we're comparing Genshin here, just for a moment on the gacha system, it can be more expensive to get new 4-star units in Genshin than the new 5-star units, because there is no pity system for 4-star characters. So the fact that all the A rank units are really easy to get in PGR / hopefully Wuthering Waves, I think that's another really good sign for me. I've actually got one more point in all of this, so here's another little bonus one for you, but I think another reason why I'm confident in Wuthering Waves is Kuro Games has been very public with the development of Wuthering Waves. Transparency is the best policy for me when it comes to game development. And a bunch of the promo material and trailers for the game have been using real in-game content, which is such a breath of fresh air. How many times have we seen games that will announce and show trailers of pre-rendered footage that just look amazing and you get so excited for it, only for it to come out and have terrible gameplay and be so crappily optimized that the game doesn't even run? Looking at you, Cyberpunk. But let's be clear, Cyberpunk is not the only offender of this. There's been many other games where that's happened as well. Wuthering Waves has a lot of publicly documented information for its development. Their previous technical test from last year was fully public and could be published online for anybody to look at and see. Because of that, we've got public documented changes of characters, world design, and combat. And we're going to get even more of that confirmed when we get deeper into the closed beta test. But here's the thing, they've already been releasing footage of the closed beta test through various media outlets. And to me, that's great. It shows a lot of confidence in their product, and that this game is not just being set up to be a cash grab based on the Genshin hype, but actually something they're building up for long-term success. Now, I could keep talking about all of the reasons why I have a lot of confidence in Wuthering Waves, but I don't want this video to be 3 hours long, so I just want to end it with this. I reserve the right to change my mind. Saying this information now does not lock me into this opinion forever, and that I'm not allowed to change my mind as new information is released. As I've given many disclaimers for, we do not have the gacha system confirmed for Wuthering Waves, so they could end up, making some poor decisions or being extra stingy with it. Hopefully we get more clarity on that in the closed beta test, but that is something that could happen. I don't think it will, but it's something that could happen. So I'm always allowed to change my mind as new information comes out, and I really hope this video doesn't age like milk. But these are my thoughts for right now. But I want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below if you think similarly to I do on these various points, or are you actually really concerned? Has there been some red flags that have come up for you recently? I'd love to hear it in the comments down below, because this isn't a lecture, it's just a discussion, and these are just my thoughts on the game right now. I'm really excited for the closed beta test. We are so close, I can almost taste it. The announcement for who got in is happening very soon, and please, Kuro, I hope I get in on that. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far in the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps support the channel, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and have an excellent rest of your day.